We get a lot of complaints about my attacking Mormonism. To question or even attack another person's religion or faith is not the same thing as questioning their value as a human being or their right to believe as they do. There is a big difference between an ad hominem attack, an attack on a person, and attacking something that that person believes or represents. And I support anyone's right to believe anything they want. Have at it. However, if they make certain claims, I also have the right to challenge those claims. For instance, if the Yamahumish faith claims to have the power to walk on water, and they claim that they got that power from Jesus Christ and they've been walking on water since Jesus Christ came, don't I have the right, when they're looking at the Yamahuish faith, to say, do they really walk on water? Don't I have the right to investigate that, to film that, to look at their history of that, to explore that completely? And then what would the Yamahuish people fear if they really are walking on water? There should be no fear at all if I'm questioning that. Mormonism uses a phrase, it's called anti-Mormon. And for anyone who calls their doctrines or practices or their histories into question. Anti-Mormon is a thought-killing cliche. And what that means is when someone uses it, Shawn McCraney is an anti-Mormon, automatically it just kills all conversation and it kills all thought centered on the things I have to say. I am no more anti-Mormon, meaning anti-Mormon people, than I am anti-alcoholic or anti-meth addict or anti-fascist regime person. If I meet an alcoholic, I love them the same as if I meet a teetotaler. If I meet a communist, I love their person just as much as I love a capitalist, sometimes even more. And if I meet a racist, I love the racist as much as I love a non-racist. However, I am going to explore and challenge and debate every racist ideology and every racist practice and every belief which comes my way. I will fight against racism. I will call racism stupid or insipid, and I will demand accountability for racism. But it does not mean I am a hate or against a racist. Do you see the difference? Can't I love the alcoholic, but at the same time detest alcoholic corporations, corporations that make alcohol and prey upon people? Can't I love a fascist but simultaneously hate a fascist regime? That's the whole point. So, why on earth would we ever just roll along with a religion because it calls itself a religion if that religion does harm based on what I have experienced having been in it for 40 years. Now, many people will say at this point in the conversation, but Mormonism does so much good, Shawn. Why do you need to attack it? When Reverend Jim Jones relocated to the Bay Area, Northern California, after leaving what I think was Indiana, they were renowned. I mean, the People's Temple, Jim Jones headed, they were renowned in that area for their good works. Their outward works for the poor and especially for people of color caused some of California's most powerful government officials to dismiss attackers of Jim Jones and the People's Temple as being intolerant and hateful bigots. Jones, who was a political charmer, he used the cover of this facade of good works as a means to grow and prosper the People's Temple. And then that led to a point where everybody, from the governor to the mayor of San Francisco, to even Jimmy Carter's wife himself, President Jimmy Carter's wife, to defend Jim Jones because they did such good works. And all it did was allow him to just continue to let this thing grow and fester until he moved away to Guyana, of course. Don't allow yourself to mistake investigating and exposing institutional evil, especially religious institutional evil, with personal attacks. They are not one and the same. Our efforts are to try to get people to not drink the Kool-Aid that has been put into their hands. We're just trying to get you to say, stop drinking the Kool-Aid. Don't drink it. Even though maybe the group you are involved in does things that seem so good, don't drink the Kool-Aid any longer. And with that little diatribe, let's have a word of prayer.